Hi, my name is Brittany Nystrom, and this is my Culture Humility Comprehensive Staff Training for SPCE 638, Section 802. By the end of this training, you'll be able to define culture humility and its importance, understand the purpose and structure of the self-reflection tool, learn how to use this tool effectively, address common challenges in applying culture humility, and apply best practices to integrate culture humility into client care. Culture humility is about continuously examining our own beliefs and biases, which is crucial for giving respectful and personalized care to people from different backgrounds. By using this tool in our clinic, we are able to create an environment where everybody feels safe and comfortable and valued. Here are some key reasons why this improvement is beneficial to our clients. First, staff will become more aware of their own cultural perspectives and biases. This understanding will help reduce misunderstandings and assumptions that can negatively impact patient care. When staff openly reflect on your cultural beliefs, clients are more likely to feel understood and respected. This builds trust, which is essential for effective healthcare. By recognizing and addressing our cultural differences, we can tailor our care to meet each client's unique needs. This personalized approach will lead to better overall health outcomes and results. Culture humility is about ongoing growth. By promoting this mindset, we encourage you to keep learning about your clients and the best ways to support them throughout their healthcare journey. The self-reflection tool is a helpful resource that encourages healthcare professionals, or like us, ABA professionals, to think about our own cultural identity, biases, and how they interact with clients. The main goal is to support continuous learning and personal growth by promoting staff to consider their own cultural backgrounds and values. The self-reflection helps individuals understand how their personal experiences and beliefs might affect their relationships with clients. This tool is divided into a few important sections. It starts with the exploration of your own cultural background and values. This lays the groundwork for better understanding. Next, it guides you to think about your recent interactions with clients, allowing you to examine how your cultural views may have influences those experiences. This also highlights the importance of recognizing power dynamics in client relationships. It helps us become aware of how these dynamics play out in our ABA setting. Lastly, the self-reflection tool encourages us to come up with specific action steps for improvement. It ensures that what we learn leads to real-life changes in our practices, which is one of our ethical guidelines. Overall, this tool is essential for improving cultural humility and providing fairer, more equitable care to our clients. Let's take a moment to focus on the structured reflection process that we can use after significant client interactions. This practice should only take about 10 to 15 minutes and should be done in a quiet space when you can think deeply and honestly. So first, you're going to set aside the 10-15 minutes in a quiet space. This could also be done after any client interaction or monthly if you need to. Next, you're going to answer each prompt honestly and thoughtfully. This is your chance to really reflect on what went well and what could be improved based on your interactions with your clients. After reflecting, you're going to identify one action step for improvement. Think about what you can change or enhance in your approach to be more culturally aware and responsive. If you feel comfortable enough, go ahead and discuss your insights with a peer or your supervisor. Sharing these reflections can provide additional perspectives and create a culture of learning within our team, which is going to create more inclusive results. I did leave a link right here at the bottom. That is a link to an assessment through one of the universities. And it's about maintaining culture humility within a school. And I know a lot of ABA professionals do go into school districts. Here are some common challenges and solutions. The first challenge is discomfort with self-examination. It's natural to feel uneasy about reflecting on your own biases and cultural perspectives. To address this, we need to normalize growth. Remember that growth comes from honest reflection. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. That is where you're going to make the most meaningful changes and where the most learning is going to occur. Embrace the discomfort as a sign that you're engaging in a meaningful self-discovery and in a proper cultural humility setting. The second challenge is managing our time. With busy schedules, it can be tough to find time for reflection amidst our daily responsibilities. To make this easier, we can integrate reflection into our work schedules. Treat this like an important meeting or an appointment. Set aside specific times for reflection that fit into your day. This way, it becomes a regular part of your routine rather than an added burden. Finally, the third challenge is the fear of judgment. Many of us worry about how our reflections might be perceived by others. To combat this, it is crucial to emphasize the fact that your cultural humility is your own confidentiality. What you share with others is what you share with others. Otherwise, you are reflecting on yourself. So when discussing your reflections with your peers or supervisors, you need to establish a safe space where everyone can share openly without concern for judgment. This confidentiality will create an environment of trust, and it will encourage further honest communication conversations. Here are some real-world examples that I have seen. My company tends to do potlucks a lot, and we realized that one of our staff was not engaging in our potlucks, and they would only eat what they brought. And so we were curious, was it a you just don't want to eat other people's food thing? It turned out that they had their own dietary restrictions. So as a result, we are making future events more inclusive, and we are asking about dietary restrictions so that we can incorporate it. We are also labeling our foods so that they know exactly what is in it. Another one I have is I live in a very cultural populated area with different cultures, and we do have a lot of native Spanish speakers here. And so one of our families, we realized, was not engaging with us as often as we would have liked. It did turn out that there was a language barrier. So we were able to take those people who did speak Spanish to communicate, and we learned what they wanted out of their child. If they wanted them in Spanish or English, we obviously cannot offer full Spanish, but we are able to because we do actually have full Spanish speaking staff members. But unfortunately, their kid is also in school and does speak English. So the parents did request that we spoke to the parents in Spanish but the kid in English. So it's kind of a unique situation, and I think. Here you are going to interact with me now. I'm going to give you a scenario. So you're working with a family that values academic success above all else due to their cultural expectations. However, your clinical assessment has identified social skills as a main deficit. When you share these goals with the parents, they seem uncomfortable and insist that you only focus on them academic goals such as handwriting and math. So I want you to think about it. How could cultural values be influencing the parents' perspectives, preferences for their therapy goals? Should you be focusing on the social skills or the academic goals that the parents want? How can you combat that? How can you balance the clinical priorities with the family's cultural perspective? And what steps can you take to ensure that parents feel heard and respected while still addressing their clients' needs? Is there a way that you can think of that can incorporate both, that will treat what they want versus what you see as a professional? So I want you to take a minute and think about this one. You can pause, you can stay on the slide, do what you need to do. Here are some best practices. It is important that you are open and honest. This means being transparent about your own cultural perspectives and biases. Acknowledging these aspects is vital for your growth and improvement, which we've talked about earlier. Next, we should make it routine. We need to make integrating cultural humility into our daily practices important because it becomes a natural part of our work. This could mean setting aside regular times for reflection, like we did discuss. Making it routine, we can reinforce the importance of cultural humility in our interactions with our clients and our colleagues. Another vital practice is to engage in peer support. Collaborating with your colleagues allows us to share insights and experiences. Peer support provides an opportunity to learn from one another, gain different perspectives, and hold each other accountable in our journey towards cultural humility. It creates a sense of community and integration and inclusion. We should also link the insights to our client care. It's important to translate our reflections and learnings into actionable steps that enhance the care that we provide. Finally, we do have to commit to lifelong learning. Cultural humility is not a destination, but a continuous journey. We need to seek out the educational opportunities, attend different workshops, ask our friends, our families, all of that. We are committed to lifelong learning this entire time. Cultures change all the time. Preferences change all the time. It's important to maintain that. To wrap it up, cultural humility is essential for providing respectful and effective care. This self-reflection tool is a practical resource to help you identify your biases and improve your interactions with clients. Don't forget to use whatever handout you are provided, including the humility tool itself, and create a checklist. You have to think up on this iceberg over here. 10% is what we see, 90% is what we teach and learn and believe. So, engage in cultural humility today.